Welcome back. Well, if you are looking for an integrated solution to protect and help your staff protect and serve, look no further than Rockwell Collins, and I'm here with Scott. Scott, I tell you what, a bunch of smart guys, a company that's steeped in history, been doing this a long time. You have a marvelous solution, one of a kind. Tell us a little bit about your company.
Well, thanks, Bill. Our company, Rockwell Collins, was founded over 75 years ago. We do most of our work today in aviation, communication, and electronics for both the commercial airlines and regional jets and such, as well as the military. About 8 years ago, we got into the ground vehicle marketplace when it came to computing. And what we've done is all of the experiences we've gained from there, we've taken the same architecture, the same technical approaches, but put them into a package that's affordable and effective in the police environment. And that's what we're here today to talk about.
And really, this is a proven platform, and if you want dependability, which is really what we want for all of the guys out in the field, this is going to be the platform.
Absolutely, absolutely. The one thing that makes this system unique is that it actually has multiple processors. It certainly will run any of the Windows applications that an officer might need, their computer-aided dispatch, their record management systems. Anything that runs on a laptop will run on this system as well. But we also have an embedded processor, type of high reliability processors that are in automotive grade products today, running a real-time operating system. So we can guarantee critical functions, availability of critical applications or equipment that's in the vehicle, things like the radio, the lights, the sirens, the radars. And we actually manage all of that using that processor and that architecture. Windows just rides on top of that. If there are any problems with the Windows applications or processor, it does not affect any of the performance of any of the other equipment in the vehicle.
And the reason why that is because of the genealogy of your system here, going back into the military, that proven track record, you've brought that to bear on this perfect solution.
We certainly have, and it's very unique for this marketplace, but well tried and true in the military environment.
So we have a very dependable platform. What are some of the benefits of it?
Well, Bill, there are actually about 4 high-level benefits. The first would be safety. Safety first and foremost. By taking all of the equipment that usually sits in the passenger compartment and integrating that, putting it back in the trunk, getting it out of that space, all right, it becomes much more ergonomically manageable for the officer. It's also, if there is an accident or some type of incident, you have less opportunity to become a projectile or something that could hurt somebody in the vehicle. On top of that, we offer multiple ways to interface with the system. Everything from voice control, or voice activation of particular capabilities, or a hand controller, a keyboard, or the touchscreen display. That keeps the officer from perhaps getting distracted in a way that they shouldn't in order to complete their mission. Another benefit is interoperability. This system integrates radios. It has up to today provisioned up to 8 radios at one time can be integrated here. Through the easy-to-use interface, you can go ahead and cross-patch any of those radios to each other. So if you have one set of officers that are on site on a VHF channel, and another on UHF channel, you can actually use this vehicle as a linking mechanism to let all them talk together. And I think, the last is that it's the sustainability, the growth, the system, the architecture. We use a modular open system architecture, which allows us to build components that you can continue to grow and add or enhance as technology improves in the future. And then, of course, we've already talked about the reliability and the foundation of the multiprocessor system.
All of those very important, especially the fact that this is going to be able to grow with this as technology changes, and that's happening all the time.
Absolutely it is, yes.
Well, who are we going to be talking to about the nuts and bolts of how this works?
You'll be talking with Debbie Braid, who's one of our engineers, was there at the foundation of the system and has been working with us to improve it for the officers.
Easy enough. Well, Scott, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate it.
Joining us right now is Debbie Braid, and Debbie, as I understand, you kind of helped put together some of these nuts and bolts, the engineer behind this. Tell us a little bit about how this works.
Yes, I'd like to show you the I-Force system as it's installed in the current vehicle. We have a multi-function display right here. This is a touchscreen display. We also have a keyboard with a touchpad. The touchpad is operational by glove, by finger, and by stylus. And then down on the bottom we have a hand control device. The hand control device works in conjunction with the touch screen, so a lot of the critical operations such as lights and radar control you can do through the hand control device. We also have a 3-button mic right here. This 3-button mic, we have one mic that interfaces with all of the radios that are installed in the trunk, so you notice that there aren't a lot of different mics and control heads in this cab. It's nice and clean, and all the control is through this mic and the systems that I described.
Now, what do we have right here?
This is our multifunction display. As you can see on the left-hand side, we have a status bar. That status bar is visible 100% of the time. You can do all of your mission-critical operation and your Windows operations, and that status bar will always be visible.
Now, Debbie, could you walk us through each one of these tabs to see what we can do?
Yeah, we have the tabs along the top of the multifunction display. The first tab is highlighted, as you can see. That tab is for the patrol screen, which controls the lights, gives an overview of the radio and any of the general operation that an officer would use during their daily day. Then we have other tabs that provide more detailed control of each of the individual pieces of equipment. The first is the light siren. So on this one you can see the siren, the air horn, the alerts, directional, scene lights, and then the control to turn it on and off. This is the radio screen. You can see that the radio is tuned to the low band VHF. For transmit and receive, those will highlight when the radio is receiving or transmitting. You can see the area that it's tuned to, the division, and then the volume of that setting up for that radio. Over here we have where you select the primary radio. These are the channels and geographical area settings. And then this is the volume for the entire radio set. This tab is for the radar control. You can set the front or rear antenna, lock, release, moving, stationary. Basically, this is where you would do all of your radar operation off of. We have the AM/FM radio. As you can see, we've put the MFD into the radio slot. The radio is actually integrated into the computer, and then this is the control of that AM/FM radio. This is our mission computer. This is where we have our Windows operation. Basically, anything that you can do on a laptop, you can display on this screen. And when you look at the equipment rack, you'll see that we have a real-time embedded Windows PC in an enclosed can that meets the MIL standards. So we meet all the SALT fog requirements. And then we have a information tab that provides the overall status for the system. So if it's green, it's working properly. If it's red, it's not working. In this case, we do have one red here, and that's because we don't have it installed in this system. And if it's black, those are spares for growth for radios.
Now, Debbie, companion to this are all the operational keys here. Tell us about those.
Yes, there's 3 ways to operate the system. The first is through the multifunction display. The second one is through the hand controller, and the third is through the voice command, which is through the hands-free mic. And the officer can pick which way is easiest for them to operate the system. And I'll give an example. The first one is we'll turn the lights on using the MFD. There's the alert. We can turn the lights off, also through the MFD. We can do it through the hand control device, and we can go through our alert modes using the hand control device. This provides a way for the officer not to hunt on the MFD, but they can put their hand on there and operate all of their mission critical operations. We also have a lights off on the hand control device. And then the third way is through voice command. So I'll demo that. We push the voice command button and you'll hear a beep. So here we go. Alert 1.
Alert 1.
And there you can see the alert 1 has been activated. I can also turn it off through the voice command. Alert off.
Alert off.
There you go.
That is just amazing. So, again, the officer is really going to be able to tailor this to his needs, maybe his abilities at the time, and certainly his preferences. With that said, Debbie, right now I know you have to have the attention of all of our viewers. What's the best way for them to learn more about Rockwell Collins system?
Well, Rockwell Collins has set up a website where we have additional information, and you can get to that website through rockwellcollins.com.
Easy enough. Well, Debbie, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you.